back on my feet. A stitch in time, eh, friends?
In the name of the goddess, halt! Who goes there? A wanderer, you say? A lost sheep, perhaps, that has found its flock? The stable of Immaculates? Why, it's Silver Glen, of course. Once the abode of miners, now the abode of the faithful. We have traded the search for silver for the pursuit of divinity. I'm sure this sounds strange in what are strangers' ears, but you must know that but a short while ago a frightful sickness felled us by the dozen, until she who speaks for the goddess brought us a cure. She showed us how we may overcome the frailty and even the decrepitude of our mortal bodies. That is why we now live a life of devoutness and civility, so that we may become immaculate. But I suggest you talk to Father Loic if you want to learn more about the ways of the goddess. Be welcome, therefore, to Silver Glen. Blessed be all Immaculates.
The Immaculates here seem to be a friendly enough bunch.
Seem being the operative word. Let's remain vigilant.
I wouldn't trust these sentries to guard a pig pen. Keep alert, comrades. There's something
over
fishy
here,
about
Hunter.
this place.
It's me, Ahu, Source Hunter. You've made it into the hamlet of Silver Glen, I see. Unnerving spot, don't you find? Leandra has fashioned herself a hero here, but the townsfolk don't seem to know the truth behind the conduit, though they call themselves Immaculates. They're thick as trout, if you ask me, and unnaturally obsessed with ancient teachings. I haven't seen Leandra here myself, but she must have put on quite a show of magical mastery to enthrall a crowd of shaggy miners, to have them hop on the bandwagon of a shadowy religion wholly alien to them. Haven't you heard them whisper of the blood? How their eyes shine when they discuss certain stellar stones? Star stones, of course, which drenched in blood become bloodstones and are used in healing rituals. Now, I can see how it could be a fantastic thing to nurse a dying human back to health, if all it takes is to sacrifice a toad. But I spy bloodlust in these people's eyes. A bloodlust that goes beyond the usual meaning of the word. They all act like they're following a benign goddess that will lead them to paradise. But I'll be a dappled Dalmatian if any of that is true. I've been shadowing the local priest, a man by the name of Loic. I have the feeling he knows more than most in Silver Glen, for I've followed him in the night when he meets with cloaked strangers, and goblins even. Mangoth, Hyberheim. Of strange things I've heard him whisper. Yes, this priest has shady goings-on written all over that smug, holier-than-thou face of his. But we must start at the beginning, Source Hunter. The White Witch is still at large. If we want to get to the true heart of Leandra's doings, we must start with her sister. And she's far likelier to be in her cabin among the trees than here among Leandra's followers. The advantage of being a puss, my friend, is that one can pussyfoot. A white-haired wizard draws attention, but a cat can move about unnoticed and, indeed, unseen. Not that I'm not extra wary of these bloodsuckers, though. There's a conspicuous absence of pets in this eerie little town. The Immaculate's presence here is highly disconcerting. But we mustn't lose sight of our mission, Source Hunter. The White Witch resides somewhere in the wilds of the surrounding forest, and we must find her.
The world is not immaculate as yet, friend. Be wary, be vigilant.
Hello and welcome to our shop. I am the son of the proprietor, Nadia. Please let us know how we can help you.
Farma Malbenita, a source hunter in Silver Glen. I have traveled mile on top of mile to find help, and now help has, how you say, appeared from skinny vapors. I will do my best to give answer, source hunter. I have not found scrap of civilization among these apes. Sebil longs for heaping plate of my famous sire mule, but the local fairs support no fine food, unless squirrel meat inspire you. As for neighbors, well, Those cultists would rather sacrifice supper to goddess than eat it.
Better that than reeking of fresh blood.
What news from the mines?
No news, sir. Goblins will slice us to ribbons if we approach the bridge.
Unacceptable. I want those goblins out of my mine by yesterday. Send another man. As many as it takes.
We haven't...
A source hunter. My liege, I am at your disposal. I am Lawrence, the representative of the mining guild responsible for operations in Silver Glen. Please, valiant hunter, let us know how we can assist you. Oh, I am no one special. Merely a humble servant of the guild and shepherd to the happy flock of miners within this settlement. My only cause for complaint, Your Grace, are these awful goblins. They're starving us out, refusing even a single honest miner his right to work. Perhaps, my most upright highness, you might be able to help us with this little problem. You must forgive me if I become somewhat overcome when discussing it, my liege. To think how I've been betrayed. To think how the humble miners of Silver Glen suffer. I invited a tribe of goblins to assist us in clearing the tenebrium from our mine, you see. The leader of the troop, a certain spitting Satan named Drexis, promised to clear the tenebrium and be gone. When the job was done, though, he and his band of totem-brained fiends refused to vacate. They've kept close guard of the bridges to the mine since, and they'll slice whoever dares approach them into ribbons. These goblins follow Drexis like lemmings, Your Grace, and if only I could undo the traitor, they'd slither back to the swamp they crawled from. Drexis's head on my mantle would save countless miners from a slow starvation, my liege. What's one goblin over countless disenfranchised workers? Please, Your Grace, I am completely at your disposal.
I don't mean to make trouble where there ain't any, comrade, but in my years of hunting source, I learned that anyone so eager to climb into your lap after a moment's meeting is hiding something they hope you won't discover. I'm not saying this Lawrence character is involved in sorcery, but it wouldn't exactly surprise me a lick to find out he knows more than he's letting on. Warms my heart to picture him squirming about plain as day with 3 seasoned source hunters on his tail. Nowhere to hide his sniveling mug than at the bottom of a burlap sack.
Been paid in ages, hasn't it? Might as well jump off the cliff for all the good he's doing.
I'm sure the goblins wouldn't mind. They could eat off him for weeks.
They'd make a feast out of old Fumble, all right. A veritable banquet of lard.
The world is not immaculate as yet, friend. Be wary. Be vigilant.
Stay a while, darling. I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me. Look at you, sugar. Oh, I could take you on a ride neither of us would soon forget. Oh, sugar, that's a story for another day, ain't it? Speaking of, yours and mine has hardly begun. What say we get better acquainted upstairs? I've got all kinds of, details to share with you. Indeed I do. And I'm just itching to take you places you've only ever dreamed of, darling. What's a lousy 250 gold between an adventurer like you and a fine piece of tail like the one I've got in store for you? Oh, that's the spirit, sugar. Oh, gold always puts me in the mood for a little romance. Follow me then, my knight in shining armour. What can I get you, hun?
A straight shot of Rory, please.
Sure thing, darling.
Well, the cat's out of the bag. Nothing a healthy dose of the fear of the seven won't fix, though.
Come hither, sweetheart. Or if I had a star...
That's a tasty beverage.
I'm on it.
There you are, darling. Shall we get started then?
Naughty princess! Leave Fuse alone or boom!
Oh, let's do it. But first, I need to know about your preferences, darling. You're in charge tonight, after all. So tell me, which sort best floats your boat? A savage, merciless witch, or a gentle, sensuous nymph? Oh, I was hoping you'd say that. Not every customer can handle the thrill of a mid-afternoon fright, you know. And if I'm any good at this, I'll scare the pants right off you. Come, let's make ourselves comfortable, and this witch will weave her charms. It was a terribly stormy night. In the tiny hut, a cauldron
Let me go,
steamed
you little
and
monster!
bubbled.
Away with you!
A figure stood in the corner, pressing its fat, purple nose into the sharp indentation where the hut's walls met. Low muttering burbled through its jagged teeth and bloated lips. A knock, swift and sharp, fell upon
Please,
the door.
somebody do something!
Babe,
throw a bucket of water over the damn thing!
Babe,
Princess, hon!
it's time! The figure stood up straight and straightened the long, stained apron that hung about its hips. A moment, child, a moment, Babe Orp croaked, hurrying over to the cauldron. She quickly filled two flasks with the swirling violet brew and stuffed them into her pouch. In a flash, she was through the hut's door, flicking 2 gold coins at the grubby child, who scrambled to retrieve them from the dark doorsteps where they fell. The wind whipped Babe Orp's hair, lashing her thick skin with thorns.
Let me
but
go,
the old
you little
witch had mind
monster.
for one
Away
fact
with
alone.
you.
The counsellor was nearly dead. After some minutes, she arrived at the edges of town. Working her way into the counsellor's sick room now required stealth, not speed. And so Babe Orp crept, silent as a cat, between alley and square until she came to the doors of his old, silent mansion. It was nearly easy for the witch to sidle in, masked in a simple wallflower charm, and wind her way into the crowded room where the counsellor lay dying. She cradled her flask in her arms, enjoyed their warm sloshing, and awaited the final moment. Soon, she whispering croaked, soon enough the counsellor will be mine. The wailing mourners around her.
The fuse is getting shorter! Stop
and
it!
And that's the end of chapter 1. So cutie! What do you think? Oh, I bet you could use a pipe, couldn't you? A few puffs sure takes the edge off the suspense, doesn't it?
Oh, well. This has been a pleasure, darling.
Let me
Come
go, you
find
little
me again.
monster!
Any
Away
old
with
time.
He guards the princess well. You there! Back off! Bicky Boom! One more step and Bicky Boom!
No, don't go! Please help me! That thing is keeping me trapped here! It's crazy! It'll kill me!
Princess keep her trap shut or Bicky Boom! No fox, shoe or Bicky Boom! Last warning or Bicky Boom!
Please, somebody do something! Throw a bucket of water over the damn thing!
Foul tricks! Princess hard time or boom!
Tell me, sweetie, you at some point find
Waitress, service, please.
What do you have, dear? I'd kill for a beer. Your thing, darling.
Hear the sweetheart? Or if I had a star
Darling, I never said I was selling anything but a good time. A little tails. Always nicer than a little tale. One always goes well in the end, and the other, well, charges triple for that sort of thing.
day I'd have a galaxy in my hand.
How's business for you, anyway?
Do a salutoin, Hunter. What can I do for you? Is getting shorter. Stop it! Freeze it!
Stop pumping, naughty princess! Leave fuse alive here quicker!
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you! You saved my life. It was that cur of a Frederick that did this to me. He locked me in here with that ridiculous creature. Dear me, I need to get out of this room. Yes, I'll go downstairs to catch a breath of fresh air. But do come and talk to me again if you want to hear more about what transpired here. My thanks once more, sweet hero.
Business for you, anyway.
Want to have a good
Swell
time?
enough, swell enough. It would be better if you'd glanced in my direction, though.
Truth is, I'm a wee bit short at the moment, waiting for a particular plan of mine to...
These goblins are worse than the trolls. Half as dumb and twice as mean.
At least they don't have that distinct underside of a bridge, have they?
Welcome be, O seeking souls, to this holy house of Immaculates. I am Loic, enlightened one among Immaculates, spokesman for the holy conduit, as she is spokesman for the goddess herself. Hers is the blood.
Immaculate I want to be.
Then it shall be my pleasure to answer them. We are the chosen ones of the goddess. The benedictions of the blood render our bodies and spirits unblemished, for such is her mercy, that we may all become part of the sacred soul. And you too, Seeker, could become one such part.
For thee, O Holy One!
The conduit, yes. She, the most exalted of all, second only to the goddess. It was she who brought us first her divine words, then her divine will, a will made real in blood. Truly, though, she is quite beyond your concern, O wandering soul. She stands so very high above your humble station. The goddess is the light and life of all. Corrupt is the world that generations of men and beasts have left behind, but immaculate it may be once more, cleansed in the blood of the unworthy. The few, the proud, the enlightened, theirs will be her kingdom. When red has run until no red is left, a paradise we will have shapen, and the goddess will dwell among us. You find yourself in the goddess's temple, therefore it follows she wants you to take the true path. So here, have this hallowed tome, read it, absorb the wisdom within, then find the second part and do with it the same. If an immaculate you want to be, a test of knowledge shall be your first step towards enlightenment.
Give me the strength, O goddess, to become enlightened.
Give me the strength, O goddess, to become enlightened.
Remember, O brothers and sisters, O seeking souls, the miracles with which the blessed conduit rid our mean and mangled bodies of the rot that plagued it. Miracles
blessed
we
be
deem
the
them no
goddess,
longer
and
know.
blessed be the
Infinitely
conduit.
greater we now know them to be. They are the blessings of the goddess wrought in action.
Immaculate I want to be! The blood of the lost
Blessed
will
be the
flow!
goddess, and blessed be the conduit.
Diligently will I read the words of the goddess. Give me the strength, O goddess, to become enlightened. Blessed be the goddess, and blessed be the
Let
conduit.
me spill blood for thee, O Holy One.
Bow before the goddess, and bow before her mouth on this earth.
Give me the strength, O goddess, to become enlightened.
And let it plunge into the lost, so that by their blood we may redeem this downtrodden realm. Immaculate it was, immaculate it may be again.
Diligently will I read the words of the goddess.
Immaculate I want to be. The blood of the lost will flow.
And behold, said the goddess, the blood is the life. Free
Let
art
me
thou to
spill
kill
blood
this
for
lesser,
thee,
for
O
its
Holy
soul is
One.
lost and impure. We'll have none of that, you hear?
The O Holy One.
Blessed be the goddess, and
The
blessed
goddess is the word. Then it shall be my pleasure. We are the chosen ones. Do you hold it to be true, O Seeker, that you are ready to be tested? A most sacred trio of queries shall I put before thee. But even if thou falterest but a single time, unworthy will thou be deemed of the goddess's love. Your unpreparedness disappoints me. But an immaculate is not born, he is...
Let me spill blood for thee, O Holy One.
Immaculate I want to be.
blessed
Blood of
be
Lord.
the goddess, and give me the blessed be the strength, O conduit. goddess, to become enlightened. Immaculate I want to be.
Blessed
the blood
be
of the
the
lost
goddess,
will
and
flow.
blessed be the conduit.
Immaculate I want to be. The blood of the lost will flow.
Let me spill blood for thee, O Holy One.
Remember,
Blessed be
O
the
brothers
goddess,
and sisters,
and
O
blessed
seeking
be the
souls,
conduit.
the miracles with which the blessed conduit rid our mean and mangled bodies of the rot that plagued it. Miracles we deem them no longer, no. Infinitely greater we now know them to be. They are the blessings of the goddess wrought in action.
Diligently will I read the words of the goddess.
Let me spill blood for thee, Immaculate O I Holy want to One. be. The blood of the lost will flow.
The goddess is the word. Through the conduit she speaks, and through me her wisdom is repeated. How may I enlighten you?
Immaculate I want to be. The blood of the lost will flow.
Give me the strength, O goddess. to
Immaculate
become
I want to
enlightened.
be. The blood of the lost will flow.
Give me the strength, O goddess, to become enlightened.
Let me spill blood for thee, O Holy One.
Give me the strength, O goddess, to become enlightened.
Give me the strength, O goddess, to become
Diligently
enlightened.
will I read the words of the goddess.
Immaculate I want to be. Give me the strength, oh goddess, to become enlightened. Immaculate I want to be. The blood of the
Blessed
lost
be the
will
goddess,
flow.
and blessed be the conduit.
Blessed be the goddess, and blessed be the conduit.
Immaculate I want to be. The blood of the lost will flow.
Then it shall be my pleasure to answer them.
Give me the strength, oh goddess, to become enlightened. Give me the strength, oh goddess, to become
Diligently
enlightened.
will I read the words of the goddess.
Let me spill blood for thee, O Holy One.
Immaculate I want to be. The blood of the lost will flow.
We are the chosen ones. Do you hold it to be true, O sea? Blessed be your willing spirit. We commence. Premise the first. In honor of the goddess, that which was stellar must become sanguine. Correct?
Agreed. That is correct.
Premise the second. The blood of the greater should be used in service of the lesser, so that balance may be achieved. Correct?
Immaculate I want to be. The blood of the lost will flow.
Diligently will I read the words of the goddess.
Yes, that is incorrect.
Premise the third. Only those who have partaken in the spilling of blood and thereby created the stone that lives, the stone soaked with blood, may be called an immaculate. Correct?
In fact, that premise is incorrect. Can't be pretty and right, you know. Leave this to me.
Give me the strength, oh goddess, to become enlightened.
No, no, we'll do as I said.
Most gratifying. Oh, yes, most exemplary indeed. You have understood the words of the goddess, and I deem you worthy of her true test, of the true trial that shall make you an immaculate.
Immaculate I
Blessed
want to
be the goddess,
The blood
and blessed
of the
be the
lost will
conduit.
flow.
The conduit, yeah. The goddess is the few, the proud, to become an immaculate, you must experience both the goddess's bane and her boon. Leave Silver Glen and take the western path. Follow it to where the winds howl and a great skull looms within the rocks. There you will find it, the hollow and the true trial within. Immaculate guards bar the way, but tell them you have my blessing and they shall let you pass. But take utmost care, the road is beset with horrors, and your mettle will be truly tested before you've even set foot within the goddess's trial. It would behoove you to train in advance of setting upon that treacherous path. Seeker, I shall await you in the Chamber of Blood.
May the goddess guide you through the forest and keep you safe.
Goddess above, have you ever seen a creature more pathetic than Fumble?
The world is not immaculate as yet, friend. Be wary. Be vigilant.
Remember when that redhead used to come by and cheer him up?
Oh, yeah. You know, I bet she was just feeling sorry for that whiny lump of toll-taking fat.
Troll toll! Troll toll, if you please. It may be pointless, life may be pointless, but the toll needs to be paid. How could it be? My life is like the bridge behind me. It goes nowhere. Loneliness such as this, how it weighs, how it burdens. Dear me, why? I stand here day and night. Humans hate me, for I must take their gold for no good reason at all. Even among my own I find no companionship. Troll toll is all I think about. Once, though, I was happy. A girl, one of your very own kind, used to pass by daily. She was bright and young and gay. She smiled. She bade me good morning. She told me about the dreams that had come to her in the night. But then she left for a faraway land. She is gone, and I have been lonely ever since. Oh, if only a jolly young girl would come to talk to me once more.
Have you ever seen a creature more pathetic than Fumble?
Indeed I haven't, good for nothing troll. Just stands there and mopes like a mule.
Remember when
It's all the goblins' fault. They cut the ropes to prevent you humans from going to the mines below. Ropeless, pointless, and yet I must cry for toll. We ask for toll because our king commands us to. He is mad for gold. All his senses crave it. Gold is his life, and therefore it is my life too. Even though I care more for the daisies in the fields than I could ever care for cold, dead metal, no matter how pretty its lustre. He is the king of Lucula Forest, and a most formidable troll indeed. I do not even like to talk about him, for fear he might find out and crush my skull like a walnut. Archibald, though, Archibald may be willing to speak. His fine mind makes him bold. Find Archibald, a proud troll and troll father, if you wish to know about the king. 1,000 gold coins, such is the toll I must ask. So, let's have the troll toll, if you please.
A veritable banquet of lard. Oh, yeah.
You'll pay even though we can't cross? Have you gone mad? You're usually so smart with money. What's gotten into you?
Very well, have it.
So you will not pay? I can hardly blame you, though the rules of toll-taking trolls stipulate I must club you to death for your refusal. I shall not do so. What, I wonder, would be the point? Leave me, like she left me, my bonny lass. Would that another would come. Would that another would come and ask, "How are you, Fumble?"
Next time you must introduce me to your handsome friend. His musk
Troll
dominates the
toll,
breeze most pleasingly.
Pay the lame troll, if
Excuse
please.
you, young lady. No comrade of mine is bringing a troll to the campfire while I've got air in my lungs.